Welcome back to Farming Simulator 22 with the Rude Man. We're back on Glenleathann, and I have one more field to harvest, and then I got a lot of plowing to do. So let's go. This one right here. I already got the harvester all set up, so we're ready to go. Thanks, Scorp. It's Friday. Happy Friday. Oh, joy. Oh, joy. Whoa, slow it down. All right. Let's get up in it. Oh, I can see why this is easier to control. It's different. It's completely different. Huh. All right, well, you got to figure out which is the front, I think. Lori. Forge, how you doing? Forge Farmers in the house. Dennis, how you doing? Bill. Oh my God, he's still alive. Bill, how are you? No front articulation. Well, remember that rig we used to have that had articulation, but you could lock it? That was kind of handy. All right, we got a field of parsnips to do, so I'm going to head over that way. And it's Friday. We're getting closer to a Merry Christmas. I can't believe it came this fast. It's going to be a weird one, comparatively. Doing okay, Dennis. Thanks for asking. Bill's. Whoa! Look at this thing go! Holy smoly! Good God! I think Bill's driving this thing. But Bill doesn't do parsnips, just beets. Man, did you see this thing fly? Good God. I stopped it that time. Laura, you finally got a tree up? We've got ours up, but it's not fully decorated. Now, it does have all the lights on it, and it does also, this particular tree has fiber optics all the way through it. So the fiber optics are flashing and doing their thing. And so it looks pretty good without ornaments on it. So I don't know. Okay, thanks. Bye. Bill. It's going to take this thing a mile to stop. Look at that. You can't hire a person. It took it a mile just to stop. How handy is this going to be? Not very handy if you can't hire a worker to help you. Goes too fast. Jeez. Unbelievable. Well, I'm just going to have to wing it. I'm going to wing it. Okay, I had to promise Carol I wouldn't do any ranting today because I got myself too wound up yesterday and it carried over into the afternoon and she wasn't very happy. She wasn't unhappy. She just said maybe I shouldn't do that. My blood pressure's getting away from me. She's worried about my health. I said, you're a little bit too late. Should have been worried about that when I was 30. Disclators? What's a disclator? Yeah, I should have got the next slower one. Bill's no more Mr. Nice Guy. When was he ever? Are you talking about yourself, Bill? Hey, Andy. I got this field all messed up. Oh shit.
All right.
Cheers, Scorp. I got stuck. Where am I? Oh, there I am. I got hidden in the trees. What the hell? Santa cat. Okay, I had a Christmas shirt on and I decided not to wear it. Carol said, "Are you sure you want to wear that?" And I said, "Well, not really." Let me show you the shirt. Hang on. I think I can reach it. Get my... Let's see if I can reach it. This microphone's only got like 1.5 foot cord on it, so I had to move the mic to reach for anything. But let me move the mic out of the way here. Okay, I'll show you the shirt I was going to wear. I wear it around the house every Christmas. But this is it. I can't make it work. Crazy. Why is that? There it is. Christmas. Santa Claus sitting on the top of a house. And it says, "Oh yeah, Santa thinks you've been real good." I think it has something to do with the naughty and the nice list. Gingerbread man on it, wearing a Santa hat. Why don't you have a Santa wearing a gingerbread hat? That'd be different. I got a Christmas card one time, and it was the same thing. It was Santa sitting on crapping down a chimney, and it said, I said the Schmidt house, the Schmidt house. Bill's going to a concert, a Christmas concert. Well, hey, Bill, enjoy the concert, and I'm glad you stopped by. You made my Christmas. Have a Merry Christmas. See you next year. I got tea going here. Oh God, it's still hot. Very hot. A Mona Marth, huh? I'll have to look that up. So how was your Christmas movie last night, Scorp? I still don't know why these women enjoy watching these Hallmark movies. They only have one movie and they keep making it over and over and over with different actors. The plot of the movie's identical every time. You know, two people get into a town, somebody's going to ruin Christmas. They don't like each other. Pretty soon they get together, they like each other. Now they want to fix Christmas together. It's just crazy stuff. They vary it a little bit. Some woman gets into town to close a motel that everybody wants to stay because it's their Christmas motel. and she gets sent there to close it down or something, and so she's the bad guy, and she's got a boyfriend back home, and she meets somebody there, and all of a sudden the boyfriend just gets forgotten, but at first they don't like each other, and then they learn to like each other, and then they got to figure out how to save the motel so that they can be together. It's just the same movie. They just make it over and over and over. And it all ends up being the spirit of Christmas, you know what I mean? The spirit of Christmas comes through and everybody's happy, and yeah, they vary the story a little bit. And a lot of times there's three people involved. An ex-boyfriend or a current boyfriend and a new guy that's liked. And and of course, we find out that the old guy was an idiot or an asshole, and the new guy's Mr. Wonderful. And Carol gets mad because I'll come in while she's watching them. I'll watch 5 minutes of it. She's only been in it like 10 minutes, and I tell her what the plot is, and I'm always right. Well, this one's got different people in it. All right. So what's Lori cooking today? I don't know what I'm going to do with parsnips. Sell them, I guess. Fish and mussels. Are they fished at Rob Cott? Messed up on that one. I hit the stop button too soon. Parsnip, sage, rosemary, and thyme. Fish with mussels. Yeah, they'll be climbing out of the pot. Hey, it's hot in here. Oh, dang it, I forgot to change tree fall again. Tree fall is timber. Dang it. I think about it during the live stream and then I forget. Whoop. Timber. I don't know if I'm going to get this done. I'm at 94% already, and I still got a couple rows to go. 96. Wow, this is going to be tight. This is going to be El Taito. I'll throw a little Mexican slang in there. Little Mexican lingo. El Closo. I just might make it. Still got 2%. There you go. I made it. No need to keep parsnips, is there? Scorpion, is there any reason to keep parsnips? This is a cash crop. Fish is for the guys. That's sexist. I do. Thanks for reminding me. I forgot about the soup factory. I didn't put the paste factory in, or whatever it is. There's two factories that take the new fruits. One of them is soup, and the other one is something else. I can't remember. Makes it into some kind of paste or something. I don't know. Wow, that didn't take very much. I can't remember. I don't recall. I don't know. I can look. Production. All right. Okay. Seed and fertilize. Scrotum crisps, whatever that is. Potatoes, pig food, oven for cookie and bread. Modern sugar factory versus a non-modern fertilizer. Meat production. Manure. We can make manure. Grass. Well, hell, I'll have to look at it because all it says is Glenleathann. Okay, the sugar mill, tailor shop, a dairy, another dairy, grape processing, cereal, carpentry, grain mill, oil mill, spinnery, bakery, farm production. Maybe it's extended. Maybe that was it. Premium, there it is. Okay, so we got a spinnery soup factory, which is the one I'm using. A preserved food factory, so it's just canned food. Preserves. Unless they're talking jelly and jam preserves. But I don't think so, because it's not jelly and jam, it's carrots and parsnips and red beets, oh my. And it just cans them. So there's just, we'll go with paste. Scorpion said it was food paste. Okay, good enough for me. There we go. cooked to all the holy heck. Holy heck. All right, I don't need this anymore, so I can just return it. Return to sender. Address unknown. All right. Lost my cursor there. Okay, so now we got plowing to do, but first, before we plow, I need to find out what needs liming and what don't need liming. So let's pop up in the air here and kick up some speed. Okay, that needs plowing, doesn't need liming. That one don't need liming. We looked that up the other day, why they call English people limeys. It came from the old times when they were out on ships on the sea, and they would get scurvy, and the British people would come into like the Americas or something, and they'd all be all limed up. So that was the only citrus they had, I guess, at the time, was limes, and so they started calling them limeys. Merry Christmas, Andy. Okay, that one needs a liming. That must be coconuts or something that need that lime. That one needs a liming. You put the lime in the coconut, mix it all together. All right, this one needs a liming. So, oh, I got straw to pick up. That's Tim's fault. So all the new fields that I bought need lime. Yep, that needs lime. This one needs to be plowed together. Magic. Lori's got her magic going. Okay, so quite a bit of them need lime. But we got to pick up that straw. Let's do that. Quicker Picker Upper doesn't have a tractor. Let's use that green one over there. We believe in magic. Didn't we do that last week or a couple days ago? We believe in magic in a young girl's heart. That doesn't happen anymore. Young girls are evil now. This generation is completely evil.
Oh, yeah.
Who oh ya'd? Andy. Cheers, Andy. I think. All right, we're heading out. God, my paint job's going to hell. Look, it's got chips and stuff in it. Have you ever seen equipment that needed to be painted so often? I'd be taking a car back if I only got one season out of it and had to repaint it. You still believe? So we did go over that song, but we still believe, so it's okay. Man, whoever harvested this field, they were all over the place. A kink in my neck again. Getting old. Must be arthritis setting in. I did get my neck popped quite a bit when I was a kid because I was a dirt bike rider and horseback. I broke horses and I got bucked out of horse saddles quite often. Not too bad. I was pretty good, and I had a special saddle anyway. I had a breaking saddle. If you're gonna break horses for a living, you don't want to use a regular saddle. It sounds like an episode of Twilight Zone. It gets chewed up beyond belief. Dun dun dun. I'm watching this little Irish girl. She's and her name's Karen. I've been watching. She doesn't seem like a Karen. I'd change my name if I was her. But she's funny. She's young. Her dad has her dad has her grandfather's cattle farm. I mean, it's not very big. I think it was bigger, but because her dad 9 years ago, her father, who now has the farm, got into an accident at his work about 9 years ago and is paralyzed from the chest down, and he's in a wheelchair. And so he can't do the work on the farm. And he's got 4 daughters. And I don't know where she is in the pecking order. She may be the youngest. I don't know. She's not real old. She's just in her 20s, I would guess. But she's the only one that wanted to work on the farm. The other daughter didn't want to have anything to do with country life. That's the way of the world nowadays. Kids don't want to work or anything, you know. So anyway, she wanted to work the farm with her dad. So she's the only one. And because her dad's in a wheelchair, he does the non-physical stuff like the books and taking care of the. It's not a dairy, it's a beef cattle, and they don't finish them off. What they do is they breed the cattle and raise them till they're a year or two old, and then they sell them to a place that will finish them out as beef cows. So when you're growing cattle for beef, you feed them and grow them, and then when it gets to the point where they're getting close to going to the market, you start graining them and fatten them up. And, you know, so you want grain-fed beef. And so what they do is they grow them to a certain point, then they sell them to a farm that will finish them out as food animals. Anyway, she's the only one working. Now, here's the thing. This poor girl has a full-time job. So she has to do the farm work before and after her regular work and on weekends. And I've been watching. She only started her channel about 11 months ago, about a year ago. And I went back to the start, started watching her, and she works her ass off, poor kid. She's always got a smile on it. And it's funny because she's Irish. You know how Irish are. They're funny. Yeah, my dad, he went to the movies and he was sitting in the third row. And she said that a couple times, the third thing. But whenever she finishes a job, she gets to the camera and she says, okay, now that's me done. And that's me done. Okay. I think I like watching it because it's nice to see young people want to farm. And to be that you know, they probably don't make a lot of money on this farm. They've only got like a dozen cows, but she couldn't handle any more. And I guess it sounded like they had more, when the dad and the granddad was doing it. But since she's doing all the work, they don't have a lot of cows. They just run about a dozen or so. I think she said she's been doing it for 4 or 5 years. But it's just refreshing to see a young person working that hard and happy about it. She's always happy. I don't know, maybe she's smoking something. Who knows? It is the 20s or 2000s. Kids just want to have fun. Hey, Scorpion, have you ever watched a farmer pee? Like in I Gotta Go Pee? Because I didn't used to watch him. Somebody told me that they watched him, and I started watching him. But I haven't watched him for a couple years now. I stopped. I kind of stopped. I still subscribe to him, but I don't really watch very, very much because he's not really a farmer. He owns a tree an arbor company, trees, and that's what he does for a living. And the farm, he just grows some sheep and stuff. As a matter of fact, most of his farm property for the sheep was a golf course. His dad owned a golf course, and they just turned it into sheep pasture, which is kind of funny. Yeah, so you're the one that told me. That's what I thought. Well, it was kind of cool. This Farmer P had watched this little Irish girl about 4 or 5 months ago or so, and she's struggling to start a YouTube channel. And he did something and about doubled her subscribers. He mentioned her on his page or something, but she was so excited because it just doubled her subscribers about 5 or 6 months ago, or maybe longer. It might have been about 8 or 9 months ago. Anyway, we got to get to liming some stuff. So okay, I started using this limer, but it holds quite a bit, and I would put lime or fertilizer in it, and when you filled it, it filled fairly fast, but there's it holds way too much for you to use. So I started dumping it in the storage, and the dump on it, if you put lime in it, it fills real fast. When you go to put it in storage, I started it dumping in the griddle in the grating over there, not on this farm, on my other farm. I started dumping it in the storage. I came back 45 real life minutes later, and it still had stuff it was dumping. It was that slow. So I went in and I popped that thing from about 500 to 50,000, and it dumps pretty good now. But it's got a wider spread. It's a 50-foot spread, where the other one was only about a 40-something spread. And I needed to have a use for this truck anyway, so I decided to do it that way. Okay, now let me show you what I'm talking about, because watch how fast it fills. Bam, it's full. See how fast it fills? Unbelievably fast. Okay, but it doesn't dump very fast, so I fixed it. It's not going to take 45 minutes this time, because I changed it. Literally, it was 500 was the rate of download. I changed it to 50,000. I just added a bunch of zeros. And now, see how fast it dumps. Perfect. Perfect. And then to fill it back up, it fills pretty fast, but my God, it was slow. Even this I could speed up a little bit. It's slower than I remembered. But the last time when I filled it up on the other one, I started filling it and I went and did something else. And I came back a minute later and it was done, so. Plus the fact I don't need to fill it. It holds a ton. So I'm going to stop it right there. It doesn't need to be full. Oh, the other thing, Scorpion was watching me. How many fields did I do, Scorpion, and it only did like 2% of the lime? It doesn't spread very much lime. Okay, so before I lime this, I need to get the plow. You people are quiet. What's going on? You scare me. Am I here by myself? I know I saw Lori come in. Andy's here. Let's see. Bill was in and gone. Dennis came in and said hello and said Merry Christmas. Right. Andy's redeeming mead, thinking it'll draw people in, I think. And I know that Lori said she was a cooking. She's building her muscles, as Scorpion would say. Well, that's okay. Today's the last day. This is it. I'll be glad. Christmas is over. I'm done live streaming now. After today. Okay, so here's the thing. I need to lime, and I like to lime before I plow, but I can't in this case because it won't take lime if it's not a field. So I have to make this in between here, this green spot. I need to make it into field before I can lime it. So I'm going to have to plow it and then lime it. And what I'll need to do is I need to turn it to field so that it'll make a field. We're just going to eyeball it. We're going to eyeball it. Keep an eye out. We're going to keep an eye out for it. Okay, I'm going to do that. Then I'll go to the other end. And do it again. I'm going to do it all over again. Ba-da-bum. Ba-da-da-da. Crystal Gale song. And we'll do it all over again. Used to be my favorite song, one of my favorite songs. And when I first met Carol, we went up into the mountains where she lived. And we stopped at this little ma and pa restaurant, and they had a jukebox. And I had that song, and I played it about 6 times while we were eating lunch. All right, now I'm going to have to take this at a little bit of an angle to get it lined up. So we'll just do it nice and slow. We're in slow speed. There we go. Okay, now I can get her done. I'm going to start right here. Drop it like it's hot. I found a stump I missed. I caught a fish. Hi, Harsha. Hell, I don't know. I don't think I ever counted them. I don't use all the mods that I do. It depends on the field. I only activate mods that I want to use on a particular field. Particular map, depending on the map. So I might have 300 mods and only use 10. You never know. Actually, I use more than that, but in FS19, who knows? I used a ton of them because back in the day, I used to use course play, and during a harvest, I'd have 4 or 5 harvests running at the same time using course play, and I would have tractors and trailers picking up the fruit, 4 or 5 of those running at the same time. Anybody that anybody used to watch me, remember when I used to do that? And it was like, how in the hell did you keep track of them? There were so many pieces of equipment running on the field at the same time. All right, let's see. We got a stump there. I thought I saw another one. Oh, we're not done. There's another one. So I got 2 stumps I missed. 3 stumps. There's another one. Okay. There's 2 more. They're popping up everywhere. All right, now I got another field that I need to plow together. Harsha, how you doing? I hope everything's wonderful where you're at. I'm beginning to wonder about the world. I used to think there were only stupid people in our country till I started YouTube, and I found out, nah, there's stupid people everywhere. Yeah, I'm talking about politics and social craziness, things that are happening in the world that are completely crazy. And I used to think it was just the United States had crazy people, but no, there's crazy people all over the world. They're just popping out of the ground or something. I don't know. All right, wait on that one for a minute. Let's get some. While those stumps are showing, let me grab my stump remover. Needs a bath. Anybody got a bucket of water? Hang on, I think I do. There we go. Splash a bucket of water on them. Oh, this has got wood chips in it. Woo, 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 woo. That's what we need, a siren to go with those lights. All right, let's see if we can get them. There's one. There's 2. What's that? Is that a stump? A sliver of one? Maybe. It's too little to mess with. Two more, I think. Who's driving this thing? They're drunk. Whoa. Slow her down, buddy. There we go. Jingle bells, grinding all the way. You're a little sleepy because it's night at my country. Which country is that? Harsha, where you at? You in Australia? Why do I try other games? I don't know. Like to have fun? You're from India? Cool. It would be nighttime there, wouldn't it? So, why do you ask why I try other games? I'm just curious. I'm curious as to what prompted you to ask that. All right, let's unwind this. I'm from India. Yeah. Oh, that. Sorry, I read that thinking it was a new message. I'm not that forgetful yet. I will be someday. Okay. Do you think this thing kept the fact that I was having it build? Let's see if I can kind of move this that way. Yeah, it's still creating a field, so it still kept that. All right. Well, it kind of matched up. Like there are so many games like online stuffs and get types, and you're playing alone. So, yeah. Well, I like playing games, and I don't work my YouTube page as a business. It's just me having fun playing games. I could care less if I've got, which isn't true. It isn't true. But I don't use my YouTube page to gain subscribers and make money or anything like that. It's just my hobby. I just enjoy playing games and having fun, and I want to share those with other people. So if I had, I've got 5,000 subscribers. If I had 100,000, I don't know if I'd be any more happy than I am with 5. With 5,000, I can kind of talk to people and, get to know them and have fun with them. If I had 100,000 or 1,000,000, those people you'd never meet, you'd never talk to them. You do a live stream and you can't keep up with their chat. So I don't know. If I had more subscribers, I'd probably be happy, but I'm not doing it for that. I'm doing it to play games I enjoy playing and to share the fun I'm having. And if somebody wants to watch them, fine. If they don't, that's okay too. So I just like playing games. As a matter of fact, the other games that I play, I like more than this one. I actually stopped playing this one for fun a long time ago, and I just live stream it because everybody wants to see it. Well, it's because this is the game I played to make the 5,000 subscribers that I've got. I didn't get the subscribers I have by playing, war games or first-person shooters or any of those other games. I got 5,000 subscribers from playing this game. So I keep playing this game just for them. I don't know if that makes any sense, but that's the way it is. All right, so that's done. Or was I supposed to say, okay, this is me done? That's what the little Irish girl says. Okay, now I can spread some lime. Oh, I don't like people. I see what you're saying. I play alone. You're right, I do. I'm not a people person. I'm a hermit. I can't control what people do or say. I don't know. I'm kind of weird like that. In real life, I have absolutely zero friends, and it doesn't bother me at all. I've got my wife and my kids and my family, and that's good enough. Those are the only people I need to know. A lot of people got upset during COVID because they had to stay home and stay away from people. Didn't bother me at all. I thought that gives me excuse never to leave the house. That's great. I like that. If it wasn't for the people that come in and watch my live streams, I wouldn't have any friends at all. Because I don't have any friends at all. My wife has a few. She gets out and does stuff with her friends, but I literally have absolutely nobody. If I decided I wanted to go out and have a beer today and talk to somebody, I don't have anybody I could call. Nobody. Isn't that sad? But I can tell you this, if I did have a friend, I wouldn't talk to him on the phone or text him. I'd go out and say, hey, come on, let's go for a drive, or let's go golfing, or let's go do something. I wouldn't do it over a phone or texting. Alper. Is that how you pronounce that? Alper? Kaliskin. Hello. Hello. I can't even call the Ghostbusters, that's true. So anyway, don't get me wrong, I'm not antisocial. I've had to work with people my whole life. I just prefer not to now because I spent 50 years working with people. And for the most part, people are okay, but so anyway, it's not like I'm not sociable. I get along well with people. When I had to work with people thought I was pretty good, pretty nice. I used to have people come into my office and come in and say, "We just came in to see you smile, because you have such a nice smile, and you're always so outgoing." And I said to them, "I smile and I'm outgoing because that's what they pay me to do." And they would laugh and say, "Oh, you're so funny too." I said, "No, I'm serious. They pay me to smile or I wouldn't." And they think I'm kidding, but I'm not. But it doesn't mean that I can't associate with people. I do all the time. If I go to a party, I'm usually in the middle of it. I just don't like going. Weird. I'm weird. It's okay. You can say it. Scorpion does all the time. I'm going to have to pull the GPS out here in a minute because I can't see where I've sprayed here. Okay, Harsha. I didn't mean to scare you off. I'm not antisocial. I just like playing alone.
Oh, yeah.
Cheers, Andy. Klondike. Hello, Santa. Hello from Russia, St. Petersburg. Yeah, you want to see me as Santa? I'll show you. There you go. That's me, Santa Claus, and my little helper. Is Scorpion driving home already? Early commute, he said. Oh, it's Friday before Christmas. Yeah, he probably got off early. Klondike says he knows it. All right, let me see. I gotta get some GPS going here. So let's see if I've got. Am I set up for Lime? What's going on? What's going on? Why is that doing that? Maybe this truck isn't set up for lime. Uh-oh. Let me see. Let me see. I thought I did. I think I can. All right. GPS. No, it is not. All right. Well, let's fix that. Oh, that's right. Remember I had a yellow one of these and I sold it? Or I didn't sell it. I was leasing it. And then I bought this one, I think. So let's give it some GPS and then get back in it. Start it back up again. Okay, now I should be able to turn the GPS on. So there it is. There it goes. Have I got a lime set up for this? There is a lime, but I don't think it's set up for this. Let's delete that. And then we're going to go back here, do an auto width. And that can't be, well, yeah, it's lime. Okay, it's lime. 40 feet for lime. Let's put lime in and then add it and see how that works. Okay, so then let's, oh, it's going that way, I see. Okay, I guess that's all right. We better start in the corner then, though. Let's start over here. Okay, we'll start here. Turn it on. And we're off like a herd of turtles. Yeah, I've done that every Christmas where I grow my beard a little bit longer than I normally wear it. I don't normally wear it this long. I usually keep it pretty trimmed. Except for around the holidays. I would grow it out when the kids were little and put a Santa hat on and play Santa Claus for the kids. Take my glasses and put them down like this. Put a Santa hat on. Pinch my cheeks and get them red and rosy. No, I didn't do that. Carol did that, and it wasn't a pinch. She smacked me. Your cheeks aren't rosy enough. Anyway, I worked with the public for sometimes during my career, other times not. But the job that I last had and I retired from, I worked with the public, so I would dress up, at the window and stuff when I had to come out and do stuff. I would wear a Santa hat and a Santa tie and grow my beard out a little bit. Even before it went gray, it wasn't always gray. It used to be purple. Now it's gray. Don't know where the purple went. Hang on, I gotta have a little taste of tea here. Hang on. Oh man, that's good. How many games? Hard to say. I got several hundred in Steam. In Steam alone, not including. I've got a shelf over there that's full of games over the years. But I've got several hundred, but I don't play them all. I buy them when they're on sale. I've got probably of several hundred. I've probably got quite a number of them that I've never even loaded on the computer. I'm getting confused here because I can't see where I've been, where I haven't been. I can. Oh, I can. If you look in where, you can see where my tractor tread has been. I mean, I can see now where it's white and where it's not white. It's not as hard as I put it out to be. I'll catch up. Super quick car. Scorpion's home already. I ignored your question. Okay, I do that all the time. Because I'm farming, I'm not watching the chat. Hang on. What question was it? How many games had you tried? I just answered it, I thought. Several hundred, I don't know. Soup de jour time, Andy says. Did Harsha ask another question before that one? And it depends how you play games. When I play games like Red Dead Redemption, I've got about 5 or 6 different playthroughs. I'm playing Baldur's Gate right now. All right. And I've got 8 different games running because I have 8 different characters I wanted to play. So I just jump from character to character. I'll play one for a couple hours and get bored and go play another one. JJ, how you doing? Merry Christmas. Mary, I can clip my mama. No, wait a minute. How do they say that in Hawaii? Mali Kalikanuki? I can't remember. Anybody got that one? There's another one, Felice Navistat, whatever that is. There's some chick named Felice that has a Navidad, and I don't know, is that a car? JJ, Merry Christmas. Felice Navidad. It sounds like some kind of a foreign car. Those little nutcrackers go. Little tiny soldiers. Oh man, you got to work tomorrow, huh? Well, okay. You take care of yourself, Harsha. Thanks for stopping by. I appreciate it. It's good talking to you. There's Andy bringing the devil to the table. Boo, 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 boo. This thing has the weirdest Jake brake. Merry Christmas, Harsha. Merry Christmas. The Jake brake on this truck's like somebody snoring. Poor Harsha, I probably got him confused because I didn't understand what he needed to know. How many games did I play? Hell, I don't know. How many copies of Red Dead did I have? I had 2 for PC, 1 for PlayStation, and 1 for Xbox and I played all of them at the same time. I don't know of anybody that plays like I do. I'm crazy, I guess. I just like different experiences, and I get bored. Less than a million. Waiting for Lori to serve up dinner. I'm kind of hungry. Andy said it was soup du jour, but I still have tea going here. So I'll just go through the motions. We'll go with that first. And then we'll go with that. Then we'll go with King Kong, Godzilla. I want to see the new Godzilla. It was playing locally, but I didn't feel like going to a theater. So I don't know if I'm gonna ever get to see it. That's what I'm really drinking nowadays because it doesn't have any caffeine in it. My ringing into my ears is a little bit better after a couple of days of less salt and less caffeine. Lori says, me too. Me too, you're hungry, Lori? Do you do like my wife does? My wife's never hungry when dinner's coming because she eats all the way through making it. Which isn't true. I'm just exaggerating. But she's not as hungry by the time she serves it up because she kind of eats as she's cooking. I guess I do too. Like if I was making a stew and I'm chopping up vegetables, I'd be eating vegetables while I was chopping them up. And I'm crazy. I like to just chew on a carrot. I mean on a potato. If I'm cutting potatoes up, I'm grabbing potatoes and eating them raw. I must have Irish in me. You got ringing in your ears too? You should answer the phone. Lori says sometimes she eats while she's cooking. I know what you're saying because I say that about Carol, but if she was here, she would say that's not true. Usually I'm too busy cooking to be eating, which is true. So, but I'm human and humans tend to exaggerate stuff, especially if it's humorous. People make stuff up to get a laugh all the time. So, there you go. Like you can't believe anything that Scorpion says. The digital ring. Yeah, have you noticed that this lime, I've almost got this field done and I've only went through 1 or 2% of the lime. Look how slow it spreads. That's the mod. The mod is it doesn't spread very much. 660. Wow. I don't think I have that many. $660. Is that from just 22? Or does that include 13, 15, 17, 19, Farm Sim? People are saying, why are you counting up? Well, it's easier than counting down. Do 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 do. I've live streamed so much this week, I won't have to live stream for another couple months now. So you probably see me in maybe March. This is a rugged truck, isn't it? Look at that. It's nasty. Oh, doesn't sound like anything I'd want to see. That's probably why I didn't recognize it. Plus, it's foreign. He's from Sweden, so it's probably a Swedish band. And they're probably on stage with a bunch of fish. They serve fish with everything in Sweden. I just made that up, by the way. So, it's not a surprise that Bill's a headbanger. I bet he has ringing in his ears. I'm almost done with this field. Got a whole lot of liming to do. A whole lot. Which Godzilla movie? The new Japanese one. It's called Godzilla 01. It's been kicking the heck out of the theaters. It's in a ton of theaters. It's one of the better movies of the year, they say. But it's Japanese. You have to be able to read English because they're speaking in Japanese. There's no English. It's not dubbed. It's you have to read the dialogue. But it's Godzilla. How much dialogue does Godzilla have to say? I mean, across the screen, it's going to go, roar. That's all it is. That's Godzilla. The people may have something to say, and I suppose that's what it is. Jeremy, how are you? Oh, did you see it? I haven't had a chance to see it. Yeah, I everybody I've talked to that's seen it has just really liked it. Yeah, like I say, it is playing locally, but I just don't feel like getting out into a theater anymore. All I want is the popcorn. I'll go in the theater and buy popcorn and go home. So I don't know. I'm hoping it comes out. The Japanese are not opposed to the American market like they used to be. As a matter of fact, they gave Americans the rights to make Godzilla movies so that they could develop an audience over here for the character of Godzilla. And that's worked very well for them. Now, I've been watching Godzilla since it came out in the 50s, because I lived through the 50s, so it was a brand new movie for me. Meeny. Bump, 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 bump. Bump, 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 bump. Ba-da-da-da. Ba-da-da-da. That's true, Scorpion. That's true. But with as bad as the movies have been lately, you know, it's worth the popcorn. At least the popcorn's good, or we hope it is. Might be a little concerned that the popcorn's rancid because they haven't been making any, because that nobody's been going to the movies. I read an article today where the new Aquaman movie came out, and there's pictures everywhere, people taking pictures of the theaters where the seats are completely empty. Nobody's going to see it. That Miss Marvel movie was really bad as far as making money, hasn't made any. And I guess the new Aquaman, the first day made less money than that, than the Marvel movie. It's pretty bad. Anybody watch what the hell was the name of that show? Hang on, I gotta think about it. Dang it, I can't remember. It was back in the 80s, I think. Might have been 70s, but maybe 80s. There was a cartoon that was about superheroes that got together, blah, blah, blah. I can't remember the name of it, though. It'll save my soul. Just to save my soul. Anyway, it was a Saturday morning cartoon, and they said that this Atlantis movie, or whatever it is, Aquaman, they said it's basically an episode of this old cartoon, and it's just, the writing is really bad. And then they're throwing in global warming is the enemy. So, you know, they got to make it weird instead of just doing a good movie. See ya, JJ. Merry Christmas, buddy. Meliklikinamis. I still don't remember what they say. Meliklikkanonic. Meliklikkanonic. No, that's not it. I can't think of what it is. Steam winter sale. Is there anything worth getting? Or is there anything I haven't got? That should be the question. Whoa. It's almost like it's not using any lime because it's still 34%. It's been 34% since the last field. Isn't that weird? It's weird. Could be. I don't know of anybody that's ready for Christmas. Every time I see somebody on YouTube or something and they talk about Christmas, almost every single one of them said, God, I still haven't finished shopping yet. Or like us, I haven't even got a tree up yet. I need to do that tonight. Back traditionally, we used to do that at Thanksgiving. After Thanksgiving dinner, everybody would sit down while they're waiting for pie. They would start decorating. I didn't mean to turn the engine off. Yeah, that Hawaiian song. I just can't get it out of my mind, and I don't know the words. It's like Mary, go get my tonic. Dun 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 dun. It's a song kind of a thing. Aha. You don't have something ordered? I can't buy for Carol very much because she likes clothes, but I can't buy clothes for her. For one, I wouldn't know what the hell to get. For two, I wouldn't know what size to get. For three, I wouldn't know what color to get. I mean, and then for four, I wouldn't know what accessories to get. It's just impossible. So I just tell her to go buy stuff. Here's a credit card. Go buy shit. Whatever you want, I don't care. I have a thing about Christmas. I have a thing about birthdays too. I'm not big for practical Christmas because I think for Christmas or a birthday or something like that, you need to get somebody something they want to have fun with, or people would say, what should I get somebody for birthday? I said, you need to get somebody something they really want, but they can't afford to get. Now, I don't mean that it costs that much money that they can't afford it. What I mean is, a lot of times people would want something, but okay, if I go get that watch I want, that means I won't be able to buy the tires I need for the car. Or if I want to buy that watch that I really want, we're not going to be able to go to dinner for a month. See, that's what I'm saying. It's not that they can't afford it. It's that they're on a budget, and that the money's more important spent on something else. So they don't buy something that they really want. To me, that's the gift to get them for a birthday or Christmas. Buy them something they want that they can't buy themselves for whatever reason. Either they don't have the money at all, or they do have the money, but it's best spent, on other things. So they have to choose. Priority is I will use my old watch, and that money will go towards grocery bill. So that's how I kind of look at buying gifts for people. They're gifts. I know a guy that says, the house needs another power strip. So I'm going to buy a power strip and give it to my wife for her birthday. This guy, he actually does stuff like that. It's crazy. He'll be building something at the house and need a new skill saw. Okay, well, who's got the next birthday coming up or Christmas? They're going to get a skill saw so that the household will have a skill saw to use. It's crazy. He's pretty tight. This guy's pretty tight, though. He don't like spending money. I got pain inside. Yeah, it's a pain in the side. You don't want to see it when I have a pain in the ass. It's my fault that I've got a pain in the side because I don't know if you've noticed in the camera, but if I sit up straight, I'm usually okay. But I get tired of sitting up straight, so I'll lean over like this. There's an armrest here, and I'll kind of lean over like this. Well, it puts pressure on that side of my ribs, and so pretty soon it starts to hurt. It's comfortable for a minute, then I do this. I never do this side. It's always this side. That's kind of weird. I just noticed that. Well, I'm weird. I didn't know that. When's the first time you guys realized you were weird? Or I shouldn't be saying that because there are some people might not even know they aren't yet. They haven't come to that conclusion yet. You will. Someday you're going to wake up and say, God, I'm weird. When did that happen? And there is a difference between being weird and being strange. Because some people are strange, but they're not weird. I always want to really talk to these people that say they want to go out and find themselves. What the hell does that mean? You know, how come you just left your wife and kids? Well, I wanted to go find myself. What? And they haven't discovered they're weird yet. Well, I got news for them. They're weird. Women do it too. I've seen women. It's different for a woman, and it shouldn't be. It shouldn't be. It shouldn't be that it's okay for men to leave their wife and kids and go find themselves, but a woman can't. And so they shouldn't. They shouldn't. But women do it too. But the thing is, when women do it, they always say, how could a woman ever leave her children? Well, I can tell you that if Carol and I got into any kind of domestic problems when we had kids, I'd fight tooth and nail to keep my kids. I wouldn't want to give them up, and she wouldn't either. And so we were reasonable people. We'd come to the conclusion that we'd stay together for the kids. And then, you know, when the kids are grown up and move away, we could split up. Okay, well, the problem is the kids never moved away, so we haven't been able to split up. So I guess we're good for life. Can't get the kids out of the house. They keep coming back. And they're in their 40s. What the hell? People are strange. I can't remember the words. Faces look ugly when you're alone. I remember the song, I just don't remember the words. Scorpion's always trying to get songs in my head, because then he knows I can't get them out. And I'll be whistling and singing that song the rest of the day. When did Tim get here? Hi, Tim. Tim's mad at me. He never says hi anymore.
Oh, yeah.
The doors, yeah. Did the doors ever have knobs? And what about the windows? What kind of music do they sing? There's been some weird groups in the past. Sometimes you got to wonder how they choose their names. Like the Traveling Pillsburies. With it wasn't Pillsbury. That's just what I called them. It's the Traveling Wilburys. But where'd they come up with a name? And I called them the Traveling Pillsburies because I thought maybe they were, making fresh biscuits every morning. Or donuts or something. It's the Traveling Pillsburies. They're all dead now. Roy Orbison was one of them. He's dead. Tom Petty was one of them. He's dead. George Harrison was one of them. He's dead. I don't know who's left. The guy on the guitar, I didn't ever know who he was. And then that guy that can't sing, he's still alive. I can't remember his name. He's terrible. He can't sing at all. Everybody thinks he's like sliced bread. But I always said, God, that guy cannot sing. And I can't think of his name. The Foreskins? Are you kidding? Did they know what that meant when they made that name? Good God. They named themselves after a lawyer. Escort, don't walk into the door. Yeah, there was an old joke about that. And Andy said it first, so if I say foreskins, it's Andy's fault. He said it first. What's a tie for? Why do men wear ties around their necks? In the punchline was, or why do lawyers wear ties around their neck? And they said is to keep their foreskin down from going over their head. I know it's not a good joke. It probably isn't even funny, but it was a joke. No, and then you wonder why Rob's never here anymore. All right, that one's limed, that one's limed. What else do we have? And we're still 34% lime. I don't think he uses any. This one just needs pluing. A punk band from the 80s. I suppose they did, didn't they? They knew all right. Tim's playing FS22 on calm lands. Oh my God. Tim, you changed maps. I never heard of that one. To get choked out. Yeah, that would work too. Lori's Magic. Merry Christmas. Now I'm hungry for a Twinkie. I got a box behind me. They just aren't the same though. I used to eat, Twinkies a lot. Well, not really. But they don't taste the same anymore. Nothing's tasting the same anymore. Buy a can of soup, it don't taste like it used to. It's got half the stuff in it now. The cans are getting smaller. They're getting more expensive. They raise the price of the soup and put it in a smaller can. You know what they're going to do? They're going to get to the point where they put soup in a smaller can, raise the price, and take half the ingredients out, and make it taste bad. Guess what's going to happen? People are going to start going back to where they made their own soup. People are going to have to start cooking for themselves because you're not going to be able to afford the food. Yeah, those farms that you have to make your own fields. It was fun once or twice, but I got lazy, and I want the fields made for me now. I mean, I'm having a hard time having to plow these fields together to make a decent sized field out of it. It's a pain in the butt. It's a pain in the scorpion. I know. That was too much. You freeze them? We used to freeze candy bars. As a matter of fact, Sonia Bukta, hello. I don't know how to pronounce that. Is it Sanyi? Sanyi? I'm going to get it wrong, regardless of what I say. There used to be, I've told this story before. When I was a kid, there was it wasn't a Milky Way. It tastes like a Milky Way. It was kind of a cross between a Milky Way and a Three Musketeers bar. And it was called a milkshake. The name of the candy bar was a milkshake. And I don't know if it was supposed to be this way, but the little grocery store was about 3 blocks away from us on a corner of the block, and it was 2 elderly spinster women that inherited the grocery store from their parents, and they ran it together. These 2 old women, they had to be in their 60s and 70s or something like that, and they ran this grocery store. And it was an old-timey grocery store. It had wooden floors and, you know, a pickle jar in the corner and that kind of thing. And they would, and again, I don't know if the candy bar was supposed to be served this way, but they took popsicle sticks and put it into the side of the candy bar and then put them in the freezer. And we used to go in and get them out of the freezer and eat the candy bars. Frozen candy bars. I'm almost done with my tea. I made this as I came in to start the stream, so it's taken me 2 hours to drink that cup of tea. Of course, it's a pretty good sized mug. I think that mug holds almost 2. It holds almost 2 cups. It's good for hot chocolate too. Although I don't think you're supposed to drink that much hot chocolate, because the mix, when you buy a Swiss Miss mix of chocolate, it's a packet about this big, and you're supposed to put it in only 1 cup of water. So, or hot milk. I don't care. The hot milk, they say, is better, but I always scorch the milk, so that ain't better. I'm still, the lime is still 34%. That is incredible. But it is laying it down because you can see the counter go down. It's 552, 51, 50, 49. It just isn't laying down very much. I'm saving a bundle on this. I wonder if the ratio is the same for fertilizer. I think it is. It's just the way the guy wrote the mod. The other thing that I'm not upset. I'm not upset, but we haven't had any kind of cold weather. We've had cooler weather. It's been getting in the 40s at night. But at Christmas, I'd like to see some snow. We don't get snow here very often, and when we do, it only lasts a day or two, and it's only like maybe an inch thick, if that. And it's only a couple weeks out of the year. But I kind of miss snow for Christmas. It just doesn't seem the same. When I watch movies where they're doing Christmas and they're in California or Florida, it's like, oh my God, that doesn't look anything like Christmas. Sun's shining, it's 80 degrees out, people are wearing shorts. That doesn't seem like Christmas. Oh my gosh, how do you pronounce that? Egger, Moldova. Thank you, appreciate it. Pond is frozen over. Yeah, you guys, you're a little bit north to us in Vermont, I think. I need to give Gurr, is he a pirate? A tractor. He subscribed. We need to give everybody gets subscribed or follows gets a tractor. Let me see. A free tractor. Let's do this. There we go. So Gurr gets a, I don't know how to pronounce his name. Gets a free tractor. Here he goes. The only one I can afford. It is new though. It's new and it runs good. It's one human power. But there you go. You got a new tractor. Merry Christmas. $68. I've always wanted to go up to Vermont. I always thought Vermont was like persnickety or something. I don't know why. You guys do maple syrup, don't you, in Vermont? Maybe not. Maybe I'm thinking of a different area. Your tan is falling off. What? My tan is falling off every second? Yeah, well, seasons change, I guess, huh? God, I haven't had a tan in so long because I never go outside. I tan really easy too. I've got Hispanic. I've got Spanish blood in me, and a little Hispanic. I tan really fast, and I don't burn easily. When I've been out in the sun and my skin's all red, people say, "Oh my God, that must hurt." And now I'll look down and say, "Oh, I guess I got a little sun today," and it doesn't hurt terribly. I can kind of feel it a little bit, but other people would be going, "Oh God, don't touch me!" Oh, and then a day later, maybe two at the most, I'm tan. So I'll burn one day, and 2 days later, it'll be tan. And I can tan fairly deep, dark, but I don't like to because I've never wanted to. I don't want to get skin cancer, and I don't like being out in the bright sun. So there you go. When I was a kid, we were outside all the time, and I've gotten really burned, really burned before. I was on a out in the river one day on a rubber mat, just laying in the sun. And you know how when you lay down in the small of your back there's a little bit of a dip. So I'd been swimming, and I got up on the rubber raft, and I kind of fell asleep. What I didn't realize was that in that little dip in my lower back there was water, and it acted like a magnifying glass in the sun and burned us. It just burned me so bad. I had such a large blister, and I still have the scar from it. All these years later. We're still 34% lime. That's weird. My auntie has Christmas dinner on Bondi Beach in Australia. Does she have to share it with alligators and stuff? Or crocodiles? I wouldn't want to do that. I mean, I'm afraid to go to Australia because everything there kills you. And the funny part is that I have a buddy that lives in Australia, and he sent me a comment back, and he says, Rudy, not everything will kill you. And then there was a pause in the comment, and he said, but most everything will. But almost everything will. Finally, I've got a field that's straight. Green Mountain State, lots of maple tourist attraction and skiing. I burned it. I burned right side once and thought I was scared for 3 months. Scarred for 3 months. Yeah, I really have it. I really have a scar from my burn. Piranhas. You got piranhas in Vermont? Oh no. Do they eat maple syrup? So that Italian couple that I watch these videos, this young Italian couple, and they came over and they traveled through Canada, they traveled through Alaska, they traveled all around the United States, they traveled into Mexico and around, they traveled down to South America, blah, 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 blah. And it's funny because they got caught in the COVID and had to go home and had trouble getting there. And when they got home, they ended up, since they couldn't travel anymore, they bought themselves an olive orchard. And they have like 115 or something like that olive trees, but they've got another 20 or 30 fruit trees, fig trees, orange trees, lemons, all kind of stuff. Because, it's they have, decent weather. And it's a good thing they've got an olive orchard now, because during the YouTube videos, they'll be doing stuff and then she'll be cooking. And a lot of times she'll show you what she's cooking and how she cooks it and gives you the recipe kind of a thing. These Italian people, they don't eat anything that doesn't have olive oil on it. It's just, they use olive oil for everything. So it's a good thing they have an orchard now. They'd starve to death. We used to tube all the time. We didn't tube just in the summer either. We tubed in the winter. In the winter, we tie tubes to the back bumper of cars and go into parking lots and spin donuts and stuff. Or we'd climb a hill and sled down on an inner tube. Just plop your little butt right in the middle, grab the sides, and off you go, bouncing down the road, Inner tube bells, bouncing all the way. You had to watch out for, I told this story, I'm not going to tell it here, but But you have to watch out for barbed wire. That could be danger. Ranger danger. Barbed wire is bad for tubers in the wintertime. In the summertime, we'd go in the rivers or the lakes. I actually preferred the rivers because in the lake, you're just floating there. In the river, you're traveling. And, you get to go from point A to point B and have some fun. The only problem is you have somebody to either meet you on the other side that's got a car or truck, or you got a long walk back. Oh, hot kitchen. Hey, last sip for alcohol. Want some rye? Of course you do. All right. Now I can turn my heater off, my little tea heater. You might wonder how I could drink a cup of tea for 2 hours. Well, I've got it on a little burner here. Not a burner. I don't know what they call them. It's a tea warmer. It's just a little hot plate. It doesn't get terribly hot. It doesn't keep it scalding hot. It keeps it warm enough that it's still worth drinking. For some reason, I like iced tea, but I don't like cool tea that I'm drinking, as tea. I don't know. Do they use different tea to ice it? I don't know. I don't know these things. Your scar went away, did it? Mine never did. It shrunk in size because it was a spot about this big, and then it's only just a little spot now. Well, this week, I usually record videos during the week, so I'm out of Balder Gate videos. The last one went up today, and normally I would have recorded Monday and Tuesday, or Monday and Wednesday to get videos for the next week. And sometimes I do enough for 2 weeks. It just depends how much time I've got to play in video. But I didn't get to do that this week because I live streamed every day. So probably this weekend I'm going to be busy making videos. So I probably won't be live streaming again until after Christmas. But I was trying to think of, do I really want to say I had fun? I don't know. I guess I did. I hope you did. I did 5 live streams this week. That's a record for me, 5 days in a row. I mean, it's not like I haven't done live streams that were 6-7 hours long. I've done that a couple times. But as far as live streaming in a row, 5 days in a row, I think that's the record for me. And I guess I had fun, kept my mind busy. It keeps me from thinking about things I shouldn't be thinking about, and gives me time to be with you guys. And that's always a pleasure. So it's time for me to go. I hope you had fun today, and I hope that I see you in the next one. And if you don't see me over the weekend, Merry Christmas to everybody. And I hope you have the Christmas you always wanted this year. Hope everything goes well for you. Enjoy time with your families. It's important. You can't get that back. I was telling my daughter, Addie, because she's having trouble wanting to be with family and stuff, and not wanting to be with family, and wanting to be with family, not wanting to be with family. And I told her I had a younger brother that died about a year ago. I haven't seen him in 30 or 40 years. And just before he died, I went and spent some time with him. And he only lived a 2-hour drive away from me. And I realized that my brother over the years wasn't the little kid that I remembered. And he grew up to be a better man than me. And I regret every day that I didn't spend more time with him. So I'll pass that on to you guys. Spend time with your families and enjoy it. You can't get it back if you miss it. So, Merry Christmas. Take care of yourselves. Stay warm and stay well. And I'll see you next time.